Hi and welcome to this week's Intuition Diary for week of 7th of October. The puppy's on my knee and you'll find out why in a couple of outtakes at the end of this video. But welcome to this week's Intuition Diary, and I want to talk to you about when someone says something to you that is what you say to other people and you go, oh okay, I needed to hear that. And it's the phrase, I'm just going to follow my instinct. I'm going to do what my instinct tells me. And on our morning dog walk, there's an older, mature woman that we bump into very regularly. And she recently was saying how much better the pup was. He was better behaved out and about, he was less anxious, he was getting more used to people. And she started to tell me about when her daughter gave birth to her grandchild. And she had difficulty, her daughter had difficulty breastfeeding. And midwives and various other medical personnel were telling her what to do and how she should be doing it. And this went on for some considerable time and just made her daughter more anxious. And in the end, our daughter just said to her, Mum, I'm just going to follow my instincts and do what I need to do. And as this woman said to us, and everything worked out perfectly. And I had a little laugh to myself inside, and I just said to her, isn't it amazing when we allow those instincts to come through, when we follow our intuition, that everything just works out the way it should be. But we're conditioned to take advice from so many people, which is not always a bad thing. It's just the discernment of knowing when to take the advice and when to follow your own instinct. Yeah, that's right, looking up at me with his big eyes. So it was really interesting when she said that to me, because it's exactly what I've been doing with the pup. We've had a great trainer, she's been fantastic. But with the bereavement over the summer and Marvin having a minor operation, we were a bit discombobulated for a while, and he wasn't paying attention to me, and just things were not in a happy place for us for a little while. And it was like, well, of course, why am I not using my intuition for this? So I sat with Marvin and we tuned in, and I thought, yeah, it's a trust issue. He doesn't yet trust me enough to know that he's safe and okay when we go out for a walk. So I decided, yeah, we're talking about you. So I decided we would go back to basics. And one of the basics that we had been told to do by the dog trainer and another training organisation was, when we're out and about, every time he looks at me, I give him a treat. And when I was first told this, I was horrified. I was like, he's never going to get any food to eat because all he's going to be eating is treats. But we went back to the basics and it has worked. So now, when he sees another dog, he's still anxious, but I can get him to sit. He will sit for me, he will focus on me, he will look at me. And before he knows it, the dog's passed and he's had 3 treats and we can carry on again. So following my instinct and intuition was the right thing to do, because my neighbours and other dog walkers are now telling me how different he is, how his behaviour has changed and he's much calmer. So this week, if you've been given a load of advice and you're getting a load of stuff coming into your sphere and around you that says you should do this and you should do that and you must be doing this, and at this time you have to do this, just take a deep breath and just say, right, okay, which of these makes me feel joyful, which excites me, and which absolutely drains my being. And that will help you find your instinct to know what to do this week. So please follow your instinct this week. It's absolutely worth it, and things do change for the better. Take care. See you next week. Bye. Hi and welcome to this week's Intuition Diary for week of the 7th of October. And this week's intuition snippet. Hi and welcome to this week's Intuition Diary for week of 7th of October.